Hello students, this is Viresh Dagde and I'm going to tell you all how to write a simple Java program and how to execute it just now. To start with, Java, to tell you the background, it is a simple, robust, platform independent programming language. As it has got many of the features borrowed from C and C++, so it would be having most of the features that are available in C and C++, provided with some additional features that makes it a unique programming language from all the other languages. So let us begin with programming. So you can program it as a console-based application or window-based application. So let us begin with the console-based application wherein you get the outputs at the command prompt. Okay, so to begin with, you can make use of any IDEs like NetBeans, Eclipse, or Ajunta, but as a beginner, I prefer you start with Notepad editor, so wherein you can edit the code, and later on I'll tell you how to compile it and execute the Java code. Let us start with sample example. So in Java, everything is inside a class. So let me begin with the class test. Let me give it as first test. So be careful with the identifiers, the class name. So this would be the class name. So whatever identifier rules are applicable to in C and C++, the same hold with Java also. Further continuing with the code, we have public static void main with arguments, command and arguments. Those are, so any command prompt arguments, whatever you pass will be received in this variable args, and the arguments are of type string. Now over here, to tell you the importance of the significance of this statement is the public refers to the access specifier. Now if I have the class beginning over here and the main has the parenthesis over here, and if it ends over here and class ends over here, meaning of public refers to anything outside the class, anything outside the class, or any function or any code outside the class can access main. Okay, now the main becomes function or a method of this class first test. Okay, so main is one of the member function of the first test. Now by this I can say that Java is purely object oriented programming because main itself is inside the class first test. Okay, and next apart from this public access specifier, I have static. Static refers to that throughout the program there will be a single instance of this member function main, and it is been shared amongst the various other functions or the methods of the class first test. Okay. Now without instantiating the object of first test class, I can access main. That is what the significance of static is. Void refers to that main does not return anything. Okay, now let us just give a simple statement to print hello world. Here println is a method inside the class out, and this is inside the class system. So system is one of the major class that most of the Java programmers would be using because of the methods that the programmers like println they would be invoking. So they would be using most of the time the system class. So this is how we write a simple program to just print hello world. So println is a method, system is a class, right? Now let me just save this file save. So you need to know that you are writing a Java code and save it in Java's bin directory. So JDK 1.6.0 or any other version, go to bin and save the file. One significance or the specialty of Java programming is you have to save the file with the same name as you have given the class name. So the class name is first test dot Java. Okay, so the file by what you are going to save file name should be the same name as the class name, and the extension is .java. You are supposed to save it in Java's bin directory. Okay, save. Now very simple task to compile. Go to command prompt. As I had said, it is console driven application. So just say cd front slash, go to the bin directory. How to compile it? We have a Java C compiler. What is the file name to compile? .java. So if you have any exceptions, any errors, then it will prompt at the command prompt. Okay. Now suppose I miss a semicolon over here. Save the file. Then I get an exception saying that expected semicolon. So I missed a semicolon. This is the compiler given message, right? Let me give the semicolon over here as it is. Compile it once again. No exceptions. Now how to one more important thing about Java programming is once you compile the file, you don't get any object like .obj getting created, right? Instead of that, you get a dot plus getting created. Now if you can see over here in the C drive JDK bin directory, and just sort it by group type, and I'll find all the class files at one place. So over here, what was the file name at one? First test. Okay, so first test dot class, it has been created over here. Okay, so this is nothing but a class or a file containing of bytecodes. Okay, it does not contain .obj code, that is binary code. It contains bytecode. So that bytecode significance is that that can be interpreted or executed on any machine which has a JVM or Java runtime environment. So in my machine, JVM is been installed, so I can interpret the class. So one more significance is when I compile, I get dot class file. I can take that dot class file and interpret it on another machine wherein there is JVM. So another machine can be a mobile phone, it can be a laptop, it can be a desktop, it can be of any configuration, but it should have a JVM. If JVM is available, then the class file can be easily interpreted. Now let us see how the class file gets interpreted. So Java first test. Yes, I have got the hello world as the message. So I hope you have understood how to compile and execute the simple Java code.